Well, it's that time again. Another 1,000 people have subscribed to the channel. It's honestly shocking how little time has passed between now and us hitting 2k, especially when it took 4 years to reach 1k in the first place, but let's not complain about any of that. And sorry there isn't a big milestone special like there was for 1 and 2k, but I think I'll save the next big one till we hit 5k. So instead, here is a quick Q&A, and then at the end of the video I have a few things to announce, so if you're interested in the future of the channel then stay tuned till the end of the video. The first question comes from Isha Raven Studios, who asked 2 questions. First is, who is your favourite Mandaka Box character and why? And well, rather predictably, my answer to that question is of course Kamigawa. Not only is he arguably the best written character in the series and an excellent antagonist, but the thing that really draws me to him is just how inspirational he is. Which might sound weird when we're talking about the born loser personification of nihilism himself, but honestly, by the end of the story, as Najimi says, he's a star of hope to the weak. He shows that even the lowest of the low, those with no chance of ever succeeding, can win even if it's just once. And his final speech about how if you ever feel bad, just remember he has it worse off, is just really moving to me. So yeah, Kamigawa is my favourite Mandaka Box character, and my reason is due to how goddamn inspirational he is. Isha Raven Studios' second question then is, what are my thoughts on Kana from Fate? Personally, I don't have a great love of Kana, though that isn't to say I have any reason to dislike him. My only real experience with him is from Apocrypha, a part I do actually enjoy a lot, and I did enjoy him in that part. I find his origins in the Hindu epic, sorry I'm really going to butcher this, the Mahabharata, really interesting, and the way he acts and the way he fights is all pretty cool. But I haven't yet delved into why people like him so much, but I hope I do in the future come to understand why people like him so much. I mean, his design is dope as hell. Lazy Llama also has 2 questions. First is, what do you think about Katanagatari and Kubikiri Cycle? Well, they're both written by Nisho Ishin, so I think they're both great. Katanagatari is a really well written narrative, and the way it released in real life, both for the light novels and the anime with like 1 episode or novel a month, it really impresses me. It's kind of rare to see the real life release schedule of a piece of fiction tie in so well with the themes and structure of the story, but Katanagatari does it really well. Kubikiri Cycle, or Zaragoto, on the other hand, is a series I've yet to really dip my toes into. I've watched the anime adaptation of the Beheading Saga, and it was really good, but I haven't yet read the light novels, but I'm sure they'd be great when I get to them. And second question is, what is your biggest goal in life? If you're comfortable talking about it, of course. I, of course, am comfortable talking about it. My biggest goal in life probably is simply to live a life I'm proud of. When it ends, I want to look back and think, that wasn't too bad a life. But in a less abstract sense, I guess hitting 100k subs and getting a play button would be a massive accomplishment. And whether if I could ever live off content creation, be it making videos or writing, that'd be amazing. But I wouldn't call that a goal so much as a pretty cool thing if it ends up happening. Guts Negi asks, who is my favourite character in fiction? And that's very easy, it's Sakata Gintoki. Just watch my character analysis on him if you want to know why. Theo Thompson asks, which anime character has had the biggest impact on you in real life? That's a very hard question to answer. I'd say characters like Kamigawa, Kanbaru, Yotsuba and Subaru have all taught me like incredibly important lessons that I've strived to use to better myself as a person and live a better life, but the 2 obvious answers has to be either Gintoki or Aragi. One taught me the proper way to deal with grief, and the other taught me what growing up really means, things that really shape the person I am right now. So yeah, probably one of those 2. The Anime Egotists ask, who would be the best and worst Gintama characters to be in a room with? Now that's easy. Worst would be Noriko, as if she isn't running around the room at top speed, she would be literally dying and coughing blood up everywhere, and that's just a bit of a pain. And best would be the Turtle Assassin, as you get to be in a room with Kamikichi, by extension. Do I need to say more? And the last question comes from Demp, who asks, what got you into anime manga? I think I've already mentioned this in a video before, if not on a podcast at some point, but it was of all things Dragon Ball Abridged. I caught up to Team Fawnstar's excellent Abridged series, and wanting to know more, I went and watched the Buu Saga, and after that I binged all of the Dragon Ball animes, and kind of branched out into shonen from there, and at some point I became the anime manga obsessed nut I am today. And that's the last question, so thanks to everyone who left a question, and hope my answers met expectations. So all that leaves is a few announcements. First off, well, let me throw down some context. As you probably all know, since I plug it at the end of every video, I like to write books. However, being a bit of a perfectionist, it takes me ages to publish anything because I'm never quite happy with the finished product, and so loads of my ideas just never get to see the light of day. And so to remedy this, I've started a Wattpad, where I'm trying out a more light novel style of writing, very much quick and light on descriptions. And well, in theory, these stories will be a bit like prototypes for me to later turn into full-fledged books, meaning I don't need to worry about them being perfect as they're just working drafts. And then the big plus of this is that anyone who wants to have a read can do so. So if you're at all interested in my stories, then maybe check out my Wattpad, is linked in the description. Currently I'm doing weekly chapters for 2 series. One is my take on an overpowered isekai called How a Humble Tamer Became the King of the Monsters, and the other is a comedy romance called Adam to Eve. And then there's a few more stories I've been workshopping for a while, which I may start writing and shoving on there as well. So even if you just read one chapter, I'd appreciate if you not only gave them a read, but also left any feedback so I can use that when I write the final versions. So yeah, I'm very excited about all that. In terms of other announcements, I'm going to start putting a few Fate videos into the mix, mainly on Fate Zero. Annoyingly, my Gilgamesh video didn't do quite as well as I'd hoped, but even so, I have a lot of video ideas to get onto. In terms of Monogatari, I've almost finished all the character analysis videos covering most of the major characters, so once they're all done, I'm going to start doing some more thematic analysis, the first of which will be about the themes of parenthood in Baka Monogatari and how it shapes the 5 Baka girls. For Madaka books, I've still got plenty of character analysis to do, with a new Kumaga video coming out hopefully next week. And lastly for Gintama, I will admit I've really struggled on the Kagura video, which doesn't bear well for the Shinpachi, Hijikata and Okita videos either, but hopefully I'll get them done at some point. But for the time being, I may start doing some arc analysis instead, as there's some really nice themes that are just begging to be talked about. And so that's it kind of for the announcements of the channel, nothing else big to announce. So thank you for watching, and with all that said, I've been Seph the Sin, the Deadly Sin of Geek, and I'm signing out. Stay safe, everyone.